Good morning, everyone. I'm here this morning with this huge stack of coloring books that I have been waiting to share with you all. And since my stack has piled up on me so much, I think it's time that I go ahead on and show them to you. So from the looks of that stack, this is probably going to be a pretty long video. So I have my morning cup of coffee here. I made me some 8 o'clock coffee this morning. And one thing I like to do when I make my coffee to flavor it, like if I wanted a caramel or chocolate flavor, this is awesome. I put like a tablespoon of this Ghirardelli caramel in here. I also have the chocolate flavor, and this makes a really awesome cup of coffee. Smucker's also has one, but you would have to scoop it out with a spoon. It comes in a jar, and those are like in the ice cream section. So getting into these books, this first stack I'm going to show you, it's not really coloring books, but it's like vintage pattern books. And these are like from the 70s. Some of these are from dated as far back as the 70s. So this is like this was book 1, and I bought these because I like painting, and sometimes when, let me push this a little further back. Sometimes when I don't feel like sketching anything out, or I don't have an idea for sketching, I like to have a reference to look at different things. And I'm not going to flip through all of these. I'm just going to give you a good idea. I'm not going to do a complete flip through, but I'll just like to kind of give you an idea of what's going on in these. But these were books that were used as pattern books for painters, and you would look at them to reference the photos to see what you might want to put on something that you wanted to paint. But I may use them as coloring books, and I actually have this one in 2 different forms. This one, the one that comes with the spiral bounding on it, is one-sided page images. So, and I found these on eBay. So they have a lot of cute designs in them, and I just thought that they would be nice to show with my coloring book collection. Okay, so I have added 4 more books to my panoramic fold out coloring book collection. This one, I'm not sure if I showed this before, but if I did, well, I'll just be showing it again today. But these I love the fold out, and it's always hard to get these completely in frame, so all I can do is flip through to kind of give you an idea of what the images look like. For that one, but all of these pages flips out to one large poster size image. Yeah, and then they're front and back. Wait, let me see. I have this. All right, here it is. country, English country homes. So these are more like pattern books and have a little more intricacy to the designs that are in here. And here you have one image per side. So if you decided to use heavy coloring like Copic markers or whatever in here, it won't damage an image that may be on the reverse side of the page. This one was from Barnes & Noble. Also a one-sided page book. I'm trying to do a quick flip through since my stack is so big. And this one is Dual Chaos, and this one contains like a lot of little bitty small images in it. And it's like, it's like this right here is a flower pot. It's a vase containing flowers, but inside of those flowers you have all kind of little bitty designs to color inside of there. This right here, this is an owl. You can see the overall image is an owl, but you have all kind of little creatures and different objects that make up the owl. And my daughter actually colored in this one. Yeah, she started coloring in this one. So I'll do a few pages in here, but if she decides to take over that one, that's perfectly fine by me. These two I thought were pretty cool. These are grayscale. Yeah, these are grayscale coloring books, and they are also one-sided images, but they have, it gives you shading. So when you're coloring, it kind of helps you with the spots that you should color in darker and the ones that should be colored in lighter. And it has very, very nice pictures in here. So I can't wait to work in these. Right now, painting and watercoloring is like really, really consuming me. I still have mad love for my coloring books. So I really don't want to miss out on anything that's coming out, but I have a lot of catching up to do. Okay. So I have 3 here by Dover, and I'm not sure, maybe one or two of these I may have shown, I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. So, and I didn't go back to look at the old videos, so I'm just showing this again. All right, here, I thought this one is really nice because this one is actually a storybook that is a coloring book. So it gives you the whole story of Rip Van Winkle. And as you're reading the story, you get to color in the images yourself. So I thought this one was really, really nice. I'm just gonna lift the camera for some of these because can see them better if I hold it directly over the books. Flip a lot. This is Mother Goose. And at the back of this one, it gives you a lot of the nursery rhymes that we are familiar with from Mother Goose. And this is a part of my stained glass collection. I love, love, love the stained glass books because of the vellum paper. These are one of the most unique coloring books you can find. And this one is also a fairy tale coloring book. And then you have a few of the images that are colored in at the back. Okay, I'm getting through this stack a little quicker than I thought I would. So here I have Painterly Days. And again, I got this one because sometimes you may want to paint but not have to sketch images out yourself. And so I thought that was a really, really cool idea. And this is the Woodland edition. This book, I think, comes in like 3 different editions. I know one is flowers, one is woodland, and I can't remember what the other one is. And it kind of gives you different tips on painting on the inside flaps. And this one is The Secret Garden, the Artist Edition. And I know it doesn't contain all of the images as the original Secret Garden book. This one contains 20. That's 20 images in here. But I like it because of the heavy paper. And if I want to watercolor in here, that is the purpose. That's the reason why I chose this one. I didn't mind losing out on a few of the images from the original book. Here are a few of my favorites. This is a fantasy art adventure by Jasmine Becket-Griffith. And this book I had to wait on. I had ordered it and it took them at least a month and a half before they finally shipped it out. Because I think it wasn't in stock at the time, but these are gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay. And this one is Inklings by Tanya Bond. And I ordered this one directly from Etsy. It's also available on Amazon. And this one is also an artist edition. The pages are much thicker than the pages you'll get if you order it from Amazon. And she included one of her postcards and even signed the card at the back. So I thought that was really cool. And this is a flip through. It's flipping so quick, it's kind of hard to control it with one hand. But I'm gonna make sure you guys can see it. Maybe if I press it down a little, that'll probably help. And this is an overview of everything in the book and how it looks colored in. I'm trying to get the glare off. Okay guys, last but not least, in the coloring book collection, I have here this Botanicals. It's by Pictorial, the same company that made the little panoramic flip books that I showed earlier. And this one has 12 poster size images to color in. Put this little flap under there. Okay. All kind of beautiful flower images. And it's also on very, very heavy paper. I don't know, I may have skipped something. It'd help if I stand up. Okay, so up next, I hadn't planned to show this, but since I'm showing the books, I might as well show you all what I actually use to color in my books. I had to go gather up a whole nother stack of stuff. So first up, I have my 152 box of Crayolas, and I don't use these as much, but I like to keep my Crayolas on hand, so I don't use these as much because I like using some of my other stuff. I have this little pack of Peroro twistable crayons, and these are, yes, quite big nib, but these go down on the page so buttery. They just slide right on the page, and they're good for doing backgrounds. They don't really blend well. You can get some blending out of them, but you're not gonna get like a Prismacolor blend or anything. But they are good for putting backgrounds down, and this is what the colors look like on paper. And I was able to do this little image, so you can see they don't blend well, but you can still get good results by using these. So I've also recently got into collecting a lot of the more vintage crayons and pressed crayons. I love the quality of pressed crayons. They come in the basic 8 crayon set, but the pigment in them is much more vibrant than a regular crayon, and they are much harder, so it's not as easy to break them. So I have them in the praying, the Economo. The color still comes out. These are a bit ashy looking, but the color on the paper still comes out extremely vibrant. And these are Art Utility. These I absolutely love. Let me find the box. Okay, these are Prang Quicks. They came in this box here, but the box was a little big for me to kind of enjoy using them, so I just put them in something smaller. I put them in this old Olay case that I had here, and they are like a pressed block crayon. Really, really, really nice. The color in them are awesome. This is two that couldn't fit in there. This is just a quick look at what some of this stuff look like on paper. This is the Art Utilities right here. This one I didn't label. I'm not sure which one this is. And this just shows the vibrancy and the color of the prangs. This was Prang. I can't remember which one I put here. And then this is Crayola. So you can see that there is a difference in color, and the older ones, I don't think they contain as much wax. So that's why I like them so much. This is the Prang Quicks, the ones that I just showed here. And this is a 24 color set. And look at this blue. This is not a blue that you can find in a more up-to-date crayon. Some of these colors are just so beautiful and vibrant. And this is how I blended out two of them at the bottom. These are tritones, and some of them that aren't labeled. This may actually be one of them that's not labeled, but a lot of these big block crayons, I like them because you can kind of do a quick background on your paper. Instead of trying to fight with your small color pencils, you can use something bigger like this and quickly get backgrounds down. And some of them blend well enough to do a nice background. So here, this is another Prang. These are Camp Rolls, and again, these are big, but it's also a pressed crayon, so they are good for background work. I wouldn't try to do any of my detail work, maybe some big stuff, but they're good to use to fill in background work. This is another Prang. These are Pions, and it is a painting crayon, so these are actually water soluble. You kind of go ahead on and color in your image, and you take a watercolor brush or a bowl in water, and once you add water to it, it's just like painting with a watercolor pencil or something like that. It's water soluble. And I also have here this tin of Stockmar blocks, and another background type of thing. And this is the samples for these, the color samples for these right here at the top of the page. So yeah, another one that I would use for background work only. These are my Koh-i-Noor 24 woodless color pencils, and I really wish these came in more than just 24 because I love using these. I actually have 2 boxes of these, but they are woodless color pencils. They are very delicate. You have to be careful holding them because you can break them, but they're like lacquer covered, and they are great. These, I'm trying to see. Yeah, I had to grab for the book, okay, because I like to show you the example of what it looks like on paper, but this is them down on paper. And I love, this is one of the first that I really do pick up, especially when I'm working in my stained glass coloring books. I love using the Koh-i-Noors. I love those. Okay, I have here my Inktense. This is my 24 set can. I have the 7210 of blocks and the 7210 of pencils, but I just didn't feel like pulling them out. But this is the 24 set, and when I want to do some waterwork in some of my books, I'll pull out the Inktense pencils. Lastly, I have my two Global Art pencil cases, one in the black canvas and one in the brown leather, and I will get these open for you. These hold 120 pencils, but in some cases I kind of maneuver a little more than that in there. So here I have, which ones are these? I think these are my Neon Crazy Arts. This is more of the twistable crayons here. These are the watercolor pencils by General. And then in the back, I have Crayolas in the back, and these are the double. I need to raise this up because this is too big. Okay, these are the double-sided Crayolas, and the back is mainly filled with Crayola. And lastly, guys, we have inside of the leather case my Marco refined pencils, and these are the metallics. They come in metallics, and these are the regular oil-based pencils. And to the back, they continue toward the front, and then I have the Koh-i-Noor tricolors here, my blenders here, and my Prismacolors. So this has been a look at my hugely growing coloring book collection, and I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, guys, thanks for watching.